Hello and a very warm welcome to yet another episode of the We Talk Talent series. We Talk Talent series is a special initiative by the Economic Times HR World where we talk everything related to the human capital management space. And I'm very delighted to welcome today's guest with us, Mr. Pramod C., Vice President, Human Resources, Emids. Pramod comes with over 20 years of experience as a people capability leader and talent acquisition specialist with a proven track record of enabling business across geographies. Global leader with a progressive history of creating an equal opportunity environment through key initiatives across the organization, including global transformation, global diversity and inclusivity, corporate social responsibility, and prevention of sexual harassment committees. He is a transformation evangelist with record success in driving strategic and transformational programs, which gave new direction to organizational practices and brought tangible as well as untangible benefits to the organization. Welcome, Pramod.
Thank you, Priya. That was a very warm introduction, and really glad to be talking to the ETHRWorld community. Thank you.
The pleasure is all ours. So, without any further ado, I will straight jump into my first question and ask you to share a brief overview of the disruption and transformation in your industry. Since healthcare has been in the front and center of the pandemic, so I'm sure you have a lot to share about the disruption and transformation it is going right now.
I think healthcare has been in existence for a very long time, and I think this is an industry that we can't live uh, without. And like you rightly said, it came into prominence over the pandemic, and a lot of individuals realized while I would use the analogy of healthcare to be like breath, right? Sometimes when it is available, you don't realize it is there. When it isn't, you will start seeing the need of breath. So healthcare is one such industry where I think there has been a significant amount of work that is being done in ensuring that there is a better patient experience. And I think over the years, right from the time the pandemic really kicked in, has accelerated digital experience for people. So there is a lot of organizations which have realized, either in the health tech space or in the entire healthcare and life sciences industry, be it an insurance organization, be it a provider like a hospital, or a life sciences organization like pharma, has realized that how it needs to invest in digital technologies so that they can give better patient experience. And the disruption has really caused acceleration, and I think tech organizations have really kind of immersed itself into ensuring that they are partners in making sure that the transformation is in place. So we've been equal partners in that journey. I think Emids as an organization has been in the healthcare industry for the last 23 years. We've been established as an organization in '99, and we've laid our expertise around healthcare domain, and we've really not diversified outside healthcare and life sciences, primarily because we recognize that there's a huge opportunity to transform this industry. And hence, there has been, over the last many years, we've built deep domain expertise in this area. And what we've done is, we come into the intersection where clients need to transform their digital landscape. So if a client is looking at transforming the landscape for the next 5 years, 10 years, we are the key players who chime in, and then we architect the entire solution, be it developing a new EHR, or ensuring that there is a legacy modernization of a tool that they've been having, but they would like to really accelerate the service and provide better care. We come into picture and provide the most and the recent technologies that can help create products for organizations. So we are a healthcare services company which primarily is involved in product engineering for organizations which develop technology for the entire healthcare industry. The core disruption that has happened in the last couple of years has seen that the focus has shifted into a few areas, primarily revolving around talent, data, and developing key matrices of success. So in terms of talent, the key aspect is, how do we have the right mix of talent who understands the domain, as well as who's able to deploy the right technologies to ensure that we are able to get an outcome which meets the objective, right? So organizations like ours, we are keenly involved in developing talent which are able to kind of brush their skills on both areas. So right from grooming talent who are freshers, identifying talent from most of the premium institutes, in India and the United States, we handpick people, we put them into a program which is a combination of uh, technology and domain, so that they are future ready in terms of ensuring that they're able to support our clients and all the expected outcomes. So I think that's what we've seen as an organization. We've been heavily invested in talent, and from a data and developing matrices standpoint, we ensure that we support organizations to make sure that they are able to collect data from multiple sources and make sense out of it. So data sciences and data engineering has become equally important along with product engineering, so that we're able to deep dive into tons and tons of data which is collected over a period of time and make meaningful sense to provide the outcome required. So that's what I would say that this industry has seen, and we see a huge future for the next many years in this space, especially because we feel that we've fast forwarded ourselves 5 to 10 years. So and that's happened over the last 2 years. So that's a great opportunity for all of us to deploy the the available tools and technology that we have today in the market to give the best outcome for our people. And many of the examples are seen. We primarily, most of our clients are based out of the US, and we've seen that in India, right? To give you an example, we've seen how telehealth has taken prominence over the last 2 years. You don't no more need to wait in queues, take appointments in the hospitals. You have doctors, your physicians at your fingertips, and that's all enabled by developing apps which is connecting the physician to the patient in real time. So those could be examples that I could quote of work that we do and touch patient lives every day.
Thank you, Pramod, for sharing all those points. Like you have also mentioned that pandemic has pushed us 5 to 6 years ahead that we have been going to, and also you mentioned that the focus has been shifted to talent and data. So with that, I would like to ask you, how has your hiring strategy has changed concerning the sourcing, selection, and pipeline management post the pandemic?
So we've always had a lot of advancement in selecting the best talent available out there in the market, and we feel that it's our responsibility to provide those opportunities to the talent to lay their hands in the best of the technologies, develop best of the products, and beyond all of the aspects of deploying technology, I think we are driven by a core purpose, and our purpose is to make sure that we use technology to make digital and healthcare accessible for people and affordable for patient, right? So when individuals are able to connect to the larger purpose, you will see that there is a meaning in anything that and everything that you do in terms of deploying technology or providing architecture for creating a solution. Anything that you do in the entire construct is connected to a larger purpose. So I think it's a great opportunity that we would want to today provide to talent out there in the market who would want to be connected with this purpose. So that's what we are driven by, and I think as an organization we look at the entire life cycle of recruitment, right from tapping into the talent market, identifying the right sources at different levels of experience, be it freshers, be it experienced folks from domain technology standpoint, and ensure that we have the right sourcing strategy to tap into the talent. So we have experts who look at these skills that we need from the market and really tap into those. So it could be the talent communities that that is present out there, where we are able to tap into a lot of technology folks. We do a lot of tapping into the domain areas where we're able to tap into people. So we are identifying the right pockets where we're able to attract talent from a sourcing standpoint, and the entire recruitment process is clearly leveraging a tool which provides the efficiency through the entire system, which makes sure that, at the end of the day, anybody who's looking at joining an organization is looking at a great experience to join, which means that right from the time it takes at every stage, from the first connect till the offer is rolled out and the individual joins, it's important that the individual is continuously informed of what's happening behind the scenes, and that, at all possible opportunities, we're able to expedite the entire process so that it is looking seamless for the individual and the experience is great. So to enable this, we use all the intel possible through an ATS, which is an applicant tracking system, which is state of the art in terms of ensuring that the right communication goes to the stakeholders, right communication goes to the candidate to keep them informed at every stage, and make sure that every stage in between, be it sourcing, selection, and offer rollout, is seamless, right? There isn't any break in the system. And then whatever gets translated through the conversations get translated into an offer and eventually through an appointment letter when an individual joins. So I think state-of-the-art systems being built and a recruitment structure which helps optimize the entire process is our key lever to give the best experience to our candidate.
I totally agree with all of your points that you have shared. It always helps to connect candidates with the bigger picture and bigger mission of the company. So, with that, I would like to ask you my next question. Apart from the talent war, there has been a employee engagement that has been one of the biggest challenge during the transition from physical to virtual world. So, with that, I would like to ask you, what is your employee engagement strategy and how it has changed post pandemic?
I think the pandemic has led us all to kind of sit down and think of a renewed way of engaging with our talent. Because I think it has broken all myths of conventional engagement where we could all, get into the office, get under the floor, meet people, exchange those pleasantries, and have conversations around coffee, and still continue to engage and get a pulse of people. I think that was a great experience, and at any point in time, we would love to do that because there's a lot of humane touch in that process. But today, I think the reality has changed, and I think as HR, as a community, we need to embrace the reality and make sure that, we're moving in a direction to transform the opportunity that we have, because the opportunity that we have today is, while we used to deeply tap into talent from a local market standpoint, today we have an ability to tap into global talent, right? So that's one, from a talent standpoint, providing opportunities across the world. But from an employer standpoint, it is about availability of talent across the world. Kind of crossed all barriers in terms of ensuring that we are able to touch talent, and that's what has really changed. So if you look at right from acquiring talent to ensuring that we retain talent, talent today is completely remote. And what that gives us is easy accessibility to talent, and for talent, it is ability to work under convenience and flexibility to make sure that they have the right balance from a work and life. That's the best sort of an environment that we could have had, right? Where I have the convenience at my end, but ensure that the time that I have in hand is put into the best use for productive use. So that's the key change that we have seen, and what we've done very similar to talent acquisition. We've looked at breaking multiple stages of engagement right from the time a person joins. So if a talent joins into the organization, he or she is looked at clearly immersing into the company by making them understand what our value systems are, what's the policies that the organization provides or equips the individual with to make sure that they are able to deliver and contribute to the company, and then making sure that they have the right understanding of all aspects of the organization, about the various projects that they are part of, and their role. So it's very important that, like you rightly said, it is important that you connect to a purpose, you connect to an objective, and then everything that you do on a day-to-day basis makes sense. else it all looks so myopic in nature, and very quickly one can get very very easily disengaged. So this concept of connecting to the larger picture has helped us retain talent, because there is always a connection to the larger purpose. So right from onboarding to multiple activities that we have, be it performance evaluation, be it participating in various wellness programs. We have our own brand called Wellness at Emids, and in this we ensure that every individual who's onboarded is able to transform into an individual or an awareness level, that from ensuring that they are able to take care of their own well-being, to make sure that they are able to also focus on their fellow beings. We are building that awareness. So having programs like physical well-being sessions like yoga, zumba, to making sure that if there are any lifestyle related challenges that people are facing, to build an awareness around cardiac related ailments and how we can prevent that at an early stage. So we make sure that the entire set of programs are covered through the year. So there's a wellness calendar where people can look forward to participating in the programs of their choice, and make sure that they're able to benefit out of it. So like this performance, well-being, compensation benefits, we make sure that there is enough transparency in the system, that people are aware of the process, and ability to connect with HR on a real-time basis. So while people are working virtual, we're also trying to create a hybrid space where our offices are open, people can come in, they can collaborate. So there's a lot of investment that we've done in terms of ensuring that there is collaborative spaces where people can come together, apply their minds, co-create, and then move back to their own spaces to develop projects. So we've looked at renewed ways of ensuring that the talent continues to engage with each other as well as the organization, to get that sense of belongingness to the company, as well as try and engage with their fellow team members to co-create and collaborate.
Thank you, Pramod, for sharing all those insights. Those are some great initiatives that you are taking, and I'm sure audiences have a lot to learn from these initiatives and apply in their organizations. So, with that, I would like to ask you my last question. Since you initially mentioned about the how data and technology is taking center stage nowadays, I would like to ask you how important are the new age technologies such as data science, machine learning for HR, and can you say it aids HR to play a bigger role in business?
Today, like I said, talent is the core area of focus for a lot of our clients. And I think equally, a lot of us as technology providers or IT services organizations have also kept talent right in the middle, because this industry is around talent, and it is extremely important that we have the right technologies embraced to make sure that the talent is put to the best use. So any of the upcoming technologies that you would notice around machine learning, artificial intelligence, data sciences is equally applicable in HR. There are various programs that we have deployed in these areas that has yielded a lot of results for us. To give you some examples, in our recruitment process, we've used chatbots and we've used bots to make sure that we have ability to select the right talent. Now, one of the things that we've noticed is that while we have spread across to from a global standpoint to tap into talent, that's also led to if there is a position that's open, there's a lot of applications that may come in, right? And we might also need to be very efficient in identifying the right talent that suits the role, which saves time on both sides. And sometimes in a traditional way, if a recruiter is screening through all the profiles, that's going to take a lot of time. So these bots have have intelligently helped us to identify the right criteria and skill sets that we're looking for, and then screening through the tons and tons of profiles to identify those right profiles. Now, once we identify those right profiles, it's also important that no more can you have a person walk in, go through hours and hours of interview. I think time is of essence for everybody, and they would talent also would like to go through the process at their own convenience. So these bots that are created, they're also so intelligent that they have programming assessments where people can go through these assessments for a period of 30 to 45 minutes and really display what's their level of capability in that technology. So we could clearly have somebody identified at a level of competency 1, competency 2, competency 3 when they go through these assessments. And depending upon which competency they are, we're able to provide them an opportunity that fits it. That saves a lot of time for the organization as well as for the candidate, because they are going into the right role, and from there on they can start growing. So these technologies that we've used in terms of bots have helped us identify the right talent and position them quickly. There are also other technologies that we've embraced. We've used a predictive analytics tool within our system to understand what's the level of engagement of our talent. So the conventional mechanisms of figuring out engagement, where you conduct an annual survey, people participate in the survey, they give you a list of comments, their feedback about areas that are important from an employee value proposition. And then the employer actually looks at each of those areas, works on those areas over a period of time. Today's talent, if we were to look deeper, the the level of engagement is actually influenced on a day-to-day basis. It is not a point in time in the year. So it is extremely important to actually change your modality from doing an annual survey to reach out to the individual on a day-to-day basis. Yet make sure it is not going to be a pain for them, because responding to surveys on a day-to-day basis is again going to be a mammoth task, as well as it causes a pain point for the individual to continuously respond. So what we've found out is there are intelligent ways to understand behaviors of people by looking at their emotions that they display on a day-to-day basis. So we tap into those emotions, we identify what emotion do they display in a day, and over a period of time, to be a week or a couple of weeks, we derive patterns through those emotions and identify if a talent is moving into a disengagement zone from an engagement zone, so that the managers, the line managers, are equipped to actually tap into those individuals, connect with them, and understand if there are difficulties that they're going through. Because I think while the virtual world has given a lot of pluses, it has also made it has also created some sort of a distance, personal distance between people. So it's important that we understand what's going on in their own zone, um, uh, which from a control standpoint has a lot more uh, distractions, I would say. Because I would be working in my home in a room, and I can have tons and tons of distractions. But for me to kind of focus, it is important that the employer creates the right environment and understands what are the factors that are creating those distractions, so that I'm continuously engaged. So these emotions actually derive behavior patterns, and these behavior patterns are intelligently analyzed by these systems, and it throws up saying that somebody is moving into a disengagement zone, so that the managers can quickly tap in. So there are such interesting ways. Even I could give you another example around predicting if a talent is about to leave the organization, and one connects the other. So there is multiple patterns of behavior that could link to say that if all of these come together, there's a higher probability of a talent leaving the organization, right? So it's an early engagement mechanism to make sure that we are addressing the problem at the source, and making sure that the talent is satisfied in terms of their requirements or aspirations, and continues to engage with the organization. Because many a times, if you notice that the challenges that organizations face in terms of better opportunities that the talent is quoting are really the outcome of a problem, but really the source is somewhere else. So we're trying to tap into the source, ensuring that we are able to address it at that point in time, to make sure that we're able to engage with talent. So machine learning, AI, and data sciences are extremely important in HR, because every IT service organization, the fulcrum is the talent. And if we are able to get all the patterns and various aspects derived through these intelligent systems, then HR can focus on decision making rather than actually spending a lot of time in culling out this information. So definitely useful. And I think there are a lot of tools coming out there which can be intelligently used based on problem statements that each organization faces to make an impact on the talent that we have.
Yeah, totally agree with your points. Technology has only made HR decisions more efficient and timely. Thank you so much, Pramod, for sharing all those insights with us today and coming for us today and sharing with our community all your learnings. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure, Priya. And I think thank you to the ETHRWorld to provide this opportunity for Emids as a company to present itself in the stage. And we'll be happy to have a lot more conversations as you wish. But this is a great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. We look forward to many more conversations.
Great.